describes as this Garden of Eden, thousands and thousands of square miles or acres, with nobody, as they said, nobody inhabiting it. Africans don't count. Nobody inhabiting it, and it's fertile, and everything can grow there, and they've got minerals, and send out some people to settle because it's there for the pickings.
Dudley Thompson is a former opponent of yours.
Yes, yes.
I just want to get from you the kind of man he was and those things when you think back on your interactions with Dudley Thompson. What are those stuff that would stand out in your mind?
Mm-hmm. Well, we contested 2 elections. The first 2 elections I had contested, and the first 2 that he had contested. And the first election was relatively straightforward, which I won. And the second one was one which was not quite as straightforward. It involved some violence, not a lot, but some. And I won that with a bigger margin. So there was a strain on our relationship throughout that period that is going all the way to 1967 and beyond. But the important point that I like to note about Dudley Thompson is that after we ceased to be candidates contesting for the same seat, he turned out to be someone with whom I could have a personal, friendly relation. And it was a friendship that I valued. I can recall that whenever he traveled, he would bring back a little token gift for my wife. And he would come and visit sometimes and sit down and talk. We shared a lot of things in common, but we were on different sides and had to know where to draw the line. Nonetheless, I think that one of his major contributions to politics was that element of friendship that he exhibited, which showed that in politics you can recover from bitterness to betterment.
Okay. You perhaps would share a similar interest with Dudley Thompson in terms of our African ancestry. It's something that he'd have appreciated. How much of this side of the man do you know, and how do you think history will call Dudley Thompson the pan-africanist?
I consider him to have been the foremost pan-africanist in Jamaica. He spent more time pursuing this subject than others at a level where there's a high profile involved. And he was obviously deeply involved in it. His most recent concerns about Pan-Africanism is the effort that he put into getting a restoration of funds from the British government for the work put in, which was free labor by slaves. And that was not successful, but it indicated just how deep his thoughts were. I shared his views on Africa to a certain extent because mine were more of a cultural nature, which concurred with his feelings on the cultural side too. But he had spent much more time in Africa. I had spent very little. And when we contested the first election, he emphasized his African connection. I emphasized my connection with Jamaica's African people and Jamaica's folk society. And it is obvious that the people were more interested in what was the concerns of the folk society than of Africa at the time.
Okay, finally, as a younger person, many times I find that we allow our elders to pass without engaging them or celebrating their work whilst they're alive. I mean, Dudley Thompson has passed in terms of as a society, in terms of nation building, that sort of thing. What do you think we can take from the life of a Dudley Thompson and celebrate towards moving forward, building a better society, a better world?
I would have to leave that to people who knew him better than I did, people who were closer to him and had shared inner thoughts. I don't think it would be fair for me to make any observation on the more superficial contacts that I had with him on so profound a matter.
Okay, Mr. Seaga, thank you for your time on this Sunday evening, sir.
You're very welcome.
All the best.